Ready, Rambo?
Victor, long day, but 2 wins and moving on to the semifinals. Just kind of assess the day as a whole.
Obviously very happy. I think this morning was probably the best golf that I've played all week against Bob. I think, there was definitely an element to where I was comfortable playing against him. We've known each other since the Challenge Tour. I think we have a good friendship. It was kind of a match that I felt a bit more comfortable than the previous 3, and I felt like I played my best golf this morning. This afternoon, obviously, it just becomes a long day. You're up really early. You kind of have a short break, and you sit, which might not be the greatest thing. You get a little bit sluggish, and then you have to get back. And Sergio is obviously Sergio in match play. Nothing's going to be given to you, and obviously very pleased to get on to Sunday.
Victor, you've done a lot of things on bigger stages recently. Players immediately comes to mind. But going against Sergio, was there an intimidation factor at all? It didn't seem like it.
I was fortunate enough that he took me a little bit under his wing, and when I first got over here back last year when golf restarted in June, and got to play some practice round with him at Colonial and the RBC and some of those tournaments to where he made me feel a little bit more comfortable over here. I think for me coming over, I have some people that I know, but not much, and it was actually really nice of him to allow me to get comfortable basically on this stage on the PGA Tour. And so I think, in a sense, it was a little bit lucky that it was him. It could have been somebody else. It'll be someone else tomorrow, and a lot of good shots are going to need to be hit in order to move on to the final.
Would you have been at New Mexico when Victor made his run at Dove Mountain at this event? Would you remember?
Yeah, if that was
2014.
14, yeah, I was in school, graduated in the 15s, yeah.
Do you remember that at all?
Yeah, I remember. I think it was just, it was crazy the way it happened. I think he made it all the way to the final, and then obviously he's, those 2 shots against Jason, and he's laughing on the green, and, there's the element. I mean, it's almost too bad that he didn't quite close it, because it would have been incredible of a story, but it gave us the belief in France that it was possible. I think he got all the way to the top 15 in the world, and played in the Ryder Cup, and obviously done great thing in World Match Play and bigger tournaments, and it gave us the belief that it was possible back then, and obviously I'm very pleased to be where I am today.
You mentioned Sergio had actually given you specific match play advice. Is there anything that he gave you that was useful this week or that will be useful going forward?
I don't know if there's anything in particular. I think it's more the mentality that they have to fight for every hole and play every hole the best that you can, and really not try to give anything away. Just even if you're out of position, I think a good hole was 5, for example. He hits it in there about 4.5, 5 feet for birdie, and I'm in the left side bunker. He clearly has the advantage, but just try to hit that bunker shot the best you can inside of him and make him earn it. Right. Even though you most likely are going to lose the hole, at least don't just give it to him. Don't hit it at 8 feet and miss your putt, and make him feel like he has to earn every single point. And I think that's something that he's been able to do really well, and that's why he's a tough competitor in match play.
And you just mentioned again, Victor, Dubuisson also had a lot of success in the Ryder Cup in 2014. What does the Ryder Cup mean to you? Is it something that now maybe you start to think about a little bit?
I mean, it's still further down the road. I think none of the majors have been played yet. There's so many points still on the line. I think playing good golf will take care of everything, and I'm just trying to get some rest and focus on tomorrow.
When you were a kid in France, was that on your radar? Like, would you watch the Ryder Cup? Was that something you paid attention to?
Yeah, of course. I think I was been a lot into golf, obviously, from a very young age, and been watching those tournaments. And the Ryder Cup is something that Europeans take a lot of pride in, and obviously you want to try to be a part of.
Were you there? Were you there in 2018 at Le Golf National?
Yeah, I was.
And just how did you get to New Mexico from France for college?
Obviously, I was lucky to have an American coach in France that I've started working when I was 14 years old, and it's something that he put on my radar quite early, that it would give me the opportunity to compete against the collegiate athlete that are basically the upcoming players, and you see it left and right these days with the likes of Colin Morikawa and Matthew Wolff and Victor Hovland that come in last year and I've won majors and huge tournaments, and it was an opportunity for me to buy myself a little bit of time. I think sometimes at 17, 18 years old, when you graduate high school, it's quite difficult to feel like you're ready, and you throw in this big world with guys that have been here for 10, 15 years, and it could be quite intimidating. And I think it gave me give me a chance to level myself and learn a lot and grow as a player and as a person but again, give me a little bit of time before I turn pro.
What do you remember about Le Golf National? I mean, I'm guessing you were there as a fan. What did you do?
I just watched. I thought the energy was crazy. I think the course, I mean, I've played that course a bunch because that's where we used to play, junior tournaments, and the energy is just great around the place. And I mean, obviously it was a perfect finish for the Europeans, winning the Ryder Cup there. It was just great energy.
Was there anything that you remember, like were you there on Sunday for the celebration?
I wasn't. Yeah, I was there. We had to once. I don't know who made I think Sergio might have had the winning points on 13 or 14, and I think once the Ryder Cup was won, we left.